If saving feels useless, you're probably about to quit too early. Let's be honest, at some point, you've thought this. This doesn't work. You save money, you invest, you try to be disciplined. And after a year, maybe you made $100, maybe $300. Meanwhile, you sacrificed comfort. You skipped things. You delayed purchases. You tried to do the right thing, and the result feels disappointing. So you start questioning everything. Is this even worth it? Two people, same effort, completely different ending. Let's take two people. Both start at 25. Both decide to invest $500 per month. The first person lasts 4 years. They build around $25,000 to $30,000. They look at it and think, this is too slow. So they stop. They start spending more. Upgrade their lifestyle, enjoy the present. Now the second person. Same starting point, same $500 per month. But they keep going. Even when it feels pointless. Even when progress feels invisible. Even when nothing exciting is happening. Fast forward 10 to 15 years. The first person, still working hard, still depending on income, still trying to figure things out. The second person, something changed, not suddenly, but inevitably. Their money started growing faster than their effort, the part nobody explains properly. Here's the truth most people don't hear. Building wealth feels broken at the beginning, not slow. Broken, because you're doing all the work. Let's say you invested $30,000. Even a solid 8% return gives you $2,400 per year. That's nothing compared to your effort. Your contribution matters more than your returns. So it feels like you push hard and barely move. Why most people quit right before it works? This is where people fail. Not because they're lazy, not because they're bad with money, because they misread the phase they're in. They think, if it's this slow now, it will always be slow. But that's not true. What they're experiencing is just the first stage, the worst stage, the stage where results don't reflect the future, the shift that changes everything at some point. Something flips. Your money stops being small and starts becoming a force. Let's keep it realistic. You build up to around $100,000. Now an 8% return is $8,000 per year. That's no longer small. That's real. That's noticeable. And here's the key. You didn't increase your effort, but the result increased. The moment your money starts working harder than you, now imagine this. You're still investing $6,000 per year, but your investments generate $8,000, $10,000, even more. That's the crossover. The moment where your money is doing more work than you. And from that point, everything accelerates. Why it feels so different after that? Because now, growth is visible, results feel rewarding, progress becomes motivating. Before that point, you rely on discipline. After that point, you rely on momentum, and momentum is easier than discipline. The hidden advantage of the early years. Here's what most people don't realize. The early years are not useless. They are leverage. Every dollar you invest early becomes the base for future growth. It's not about what you see today. It's about what that money becomes later. Why time matters more than effort. Most people try to compensate with effort. I'll invest more later. I'll catch up later. I'll go harder when I earn more. But time doesn't work like that. If you miss the early phase, you don't just lose money. You lose acceleration. And that's what really matters. The psychological trap that destroys progress. Your brain is wired for immediate results. You want feedback. You want progress. You want reward. But investing doesn't give you that at the start. So your brain says, this is not working, and pushes you to stop. That's the trap. What actually works but feels wrong. The people who win financially don't feel smart at the beginning. They feel bored, impatient, unsure, but they keep going anyway. They don't chase excitement. They build consistency. And that's what gets them to the next phase. A simple way to think about it. Forget big numbers. Forget millions. Focus on one thing. Get to your first $50,000 to $100,000. That's the hard part. That's where you carry the weight. After that, the system starts helping you. The difference between stuck and free. Two people. Same income, same opportunities. One quits early. One continues. The difference is not talent, not intelligence, not luck. It's timing. One stops before the acceleration. The other reaches it. Final thought. Right now, you might feel like your progress is too slow, like it's not worth it, like nothing is really changing. But here's the reality. You're not behind. You're just early. And early always feels like nothing is happening. Until suddenly, everything starts happening at once. So the real question is, will you stop before it works, or stay long enough to see it happen? If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to my channel. There are many great stories for you on my channel. Thank you for watching.